mainly the civil structures. And Nepal lies in one of the most active tectonic zones of the world, making the region extremely vulnerable to earthquakes. The Kathmandu Valley has many perennial rivers flowing through it, and most parts have young sandy silt to silty sand layer in the upper bound, which makes valleys soil vulnerable to liquefaction even in earthquakes during the dry season like that of 1932 and 2015. र यो राइटमा चाहिँ मैले इन्जिनियरिङ जियोलोजिकल म्याप अफ काठमाडौँ भ्याली चाहिँ सो गरिरहेको छु र त्यो स्टार भनेको चाहिँ लिक्विफाइड साइट्स हो हाम्रो 2015 गोर्खा अर्थक्वेकमा र त्यो जुन साइट र हाम्रो जियोलोजिकल म्यापमा चाहिँ के चाहिँ देखिएको छ भन्दाखेरि मोस्ट अफ द लिक्विफाइड साइट्स चाहिँ हाम्रो रिभर च्यानल्सको चाहिँ नजिकै थियो अथवा फ्लोड प्लेन्सको चाहिँ नजिकै थियो र हाम्रो भ्याली डिपोजिट चाहिँ अलिकति लिक्विफेक्सनको लागि चाहिँ भल्नरेबल छ। यो चाहिँ हाम्रो 1934 जुन नेपाल बिहार अर्थक्वेकको चाहिँ लिक्विफेक्सनको चाहिँ फिगर हो। यो लेफ्टतिर चाहिँ टुटिखेल र राइटतिर चाहिँ नयाँ बजार एरिया छ र त्यहाँ चाहिँ ग्राउन्ड फिसर्सहरू चाहिँ देखिएको छ र यो फिगर अन दि राइट चाहिँ ग्राउन्ड लिक्विफेक्सन सेटलमेन्ट र ग्राउन्ड फिसर्सको त्यो चाहिँ हामीहरूको 2015 को गोर्खा नेपाल अर्थक्वेकको। And here are some examples from around the world about the liquefaction effects. The liquefaction due to Niigata Japan earthquake in 1964 resulted in severe foundation failure of buildings and bridges and damages to roads, railroads, and airports. And similarly, 1976 Tangshan China earthquake, 1998 earthquake in Turkey, and 2001 Bhuj India earthquake resulted in liquefaction and also affected the many civil structures. Similarly, the liquefaction regretted in the Tohoku region, Tohoku and Kanto region during the Great East Japan earthquake also resulted in liquefaction. And similarly, the 2011 crisis earthquake resulted in ground distortion, fissures, large settlements, and lateral ground movements, disrupting severely the city's lifelines like road networks. And also, the most of the damage during the 2018 Sulawesi earthquake, Indonesia, was due to a liquefaction-induced lateral spreading event. And talking about my research significance, the examples from around the world, as well as the 1934 and 2015 1934 and 2015 earthquakes in Nepal clearly indicate the importance of liquefaction study in relation to infrastructures, and the ability to respond and recover from a disaster like an earthquake is directly related to the condition of critical facilities during those disasters. अनि अर्को चाहिँ यो सोइल लिक्विफेक्सन पोटेन्शियल भ्यालीमा चाहिँ डिटरमाइन भएको छ पहिला पनि, तर हाम्रो यो त्यसको इफेक्ट्स अन क्रिटिकल फेसिलिटिज त्यो चाहिँ स्टडी भएको छैन। त्यसैले मैले चाहिँ यो चाहिँ रिसर्च कन्डक्ट गरेको थिएँ। Moving on, my research objectives were to develop a liquefaction hazard map of the Kathmandu Valley and to predict the effects of liquefaction on critical facilities of the Kathmandu Valley, Nepal. And talking about the critical facilities, the data of critical facilities of the Kathmandu Valley were collected from different open sources, as shown over here. And the critical facilities considered included the road networks, airport, hospitals, schools, and colleges in the Kathmandu Valley. Moving on, talking about the road network, roadway is the only means of transport within the Kathmandu Valley and the usual means to import goods in the valley. And the total road network considered in the study area is about 1974 kilometers. And according to Nepal Road Standard 2070, different categories of road networks in the study area are national highway, feeder road, district road, and other road. And over here, the other road means the urban road and other smaller streets in the valley. And the figure on the right over here shows the road network in the Kathmandu Valley and the airport area and the study area itself. Another one, the airport area. The TIA is the only international airport in the country and the only airport in the capital city. This makes the TIA a pivotal center to receive a rapid response from the international community and regions outside the valley during disaster like earthquakes. And the health facilities include hospitals, critical care facilities, clinics, and other facilities that provide emergency health response, especially during a disaster. And a total of 263 health facilities were considered in the analysis. And the number of health facilities over here over the study area are shown in the figure. And the fourth critical facilities considered with the educational institutions. And actually there is minimal open space in Kathmandu, which is very critical during an emergency. In that regard, schools and colleges in the valley have been considered critical, often serving as a temporary shelter during disasters. A total of 1973 schools and 404 colleges of Kathmandu Valley have been considered. And the map on the right shows the schools and colleges in the valley. र यसमा चाहिँ अलिकति इन्ट्रेस्टिङ फ्याक्ट के छ भन्दाखेरि हाम्रो कोर सिटी एरियामा चाहिँ बढी स्कुल र कलेजेस रहेको छ र एकदमै डेन्सिटी चाहिँ एकदमै हाई साइडमा रहेको छ स्कुल एन्ड कलेजेस काठमाडौँमा. And talking about the methodology used, the SPT-based liquefaction assessment was used, and काठमाडौँमा चाहिँ हाम्रो most of the geotechnical investigations चाहिँ SPT टेस्टमा मात्रै आधारित रहेको छ र त्यो चाहिँ nearly 15 to 20 meter depth को हुने गरेको छ र other in situ tests like CPT and shear weight velocity tests have been sparsely used, and the Idris and Bollinger method was adapted to perform an analysis of the factor of safety. And similarly, the Iwasaki et al. Method was used to calculate the LPI of the sites. And finally, the liquefaction hazard map for an earthquake scenario of moment magnitude 8 and peak ground acceleration of 0.303 and considering the period during the monsoon was developed using more than 600 boreholes from 143 different locations. And LPA was divided into 4 categories as shown over here. According it is as given by the Iwasaki et al. 1982. And LPA of 0 indicates that the site has no possibility of liquefaction, and LPI greater than 15 indicates that the site has very high possibility of liquefaction during a major earthquake. The developed map using the SPT-based method and considering the geology, geomorphology of the Kathmandu Valley and also the groundwater table during the monsoon season is shown over here, and the LP has been divided into 4 categories as discussed earlier. And interestingly, the liquefaction hazard map reflects that the 60% of the Kathmandu Valley is highly susceptible to liquefaction, while about only 20% area is not susceptible. That is, it is on the low to very low potential site. The center of the valley was observed to be more susceptible to liquefaction, while the edges had the low to very low liquefaction potential. Moving on, results. The effects of critical facilities, the effects of liquefaction on critical facilities was analyzed, and at first the road network and airport. The mapping was done in GIS to the liquefaction hazard check on the critical facilities. And the map on the right over here shows the different categories of liquefaction and the roadways and airport area of the Kathmandu Valley. And from over here, the 42% of the road is estimated to be in a very high liquefaction risk zone, whereas about 5% in a very low liquefaction zone. And the details of the results of road networks and different categories of liquefaction are shown over here. And the most of the data indicate that the most of the roadways are located on the high to very high liquefaction potential sites. And similarly, the airport area, the percent in the very high susceptibility zone and only 6% in the low liquefaction zone. Moving on, the health facilities. Major health facilities in the capital city like hospitals, clinics, health posts were mapped, and the possibility of liquefaction effects on these facilities was evaluated. And the figure on the right over here shows the health facilities in the liquefaction hazard map, and the numbers indicate that the 90% of the health facilities are located on the high to very high liquefaction zone, and there is less than 10% of area in which the health facilities have low to very low liquefaction zone. And similarly, moving on, talking about the educational institution in the valley, they were also evaluated for the possibility of liquefaction effects on them. And the figure over here shows that more than 95% of colleges and about 90% of the schools located are in high to very high liquefaction zone. And as I said earlier, most of the schools and colleges were found to be located in the core city area, in which the liquefaction is of high possibility. Conclusion and recommendations. All liquefaction potential map of the subsurface geological materials of Kathmandu Valley was prepared for an earthquake scenario having a magnitude of 8 and 0.30 PGA. High to very high liquefaction susceptibility was observed at the center part of the valley, while low to very low potential of liquefaction was observed at the edge of the valley. And for the scenario earthquake, as discussed, and downward condition for the monsoon period, it was seen that 60% of the hospitals and about 64% of colleges in the valley are in a very high risk zone of liquefaction. Similarly, 54% of the schools and 42% of the road network in the valley are in a very high liquefaction zone, while 78% of the airport area is located in high liquefaction zone. Importantly, the central part of the valley, which has a high chance of liquefaction occurrence, has a higher percentage of critical facilities, which highlights the importance of greater liquefaction effects in the region. And the critical infrastructures, that is the existing infrastructures like hospitals, schools, colleges, airport, and road facilities located on weak soils that may liquefy during 100 seconds, to be retrofitted to meet the requirement of maintaining their function during and after earthquakes. Other critical services like emergency response services, telecommunication services, financial institutions, major industrial commercial facilities located in a very high risk zone of liquefaction should also be relocated or retrofitted. And the development of all these facilities should be done considering appropriate land use guided by the liquefaction risks to mitigate potential loss and proper functioning after earthquakes. And it is my end of presentation. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Engineer Praveen.